We have the identity of the mysterious anonymous op-ed. You guys remember that, right? The one that's like, don't worry, we got some adults in the room. We're going to handle Donald Trump, so you don't have to do the 25th Amendment. You don't have to do any of that. No, we're fine. So I was wrong. That's number one. I was wrong. I thought it might have been Kellyanne Conway. Wrong. So who is it? Well, okay. I don't want to spoil it. That soon. I'm a kind of like drag it on just a little bit here. But it was basically, let me read from CNN. Again, just came up. The anonymous senior Trump official who wrote the 2018 New York Times op-ed and a subsequent book critical of President Donald Trump has been revealed on Wednesday via statement to CNN. It is Miles Taylor, not Kellyanne Conway, not Kayleigh McEnany, nobody else. No, Miles Taylor, that's the guy. He used to be chief of staff to the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen. So that's who he is. I admit when I'm wrong. It's not Kellyanne Conway. She has always been apparently a true believer. But hey, Miles Taylor, I never would have guessed. So now let me read more of this here. Taylor wrote a lengthy statement explaining why he did the op-ed, declaring he was part of the quote-unquote resistance inside the Trump administration, working to thwart Trump's worst inclinations. Taylor said that he wanted to force Trump to respond to the charges that he was leveling without the ability to attack the messenger specifically. And that actually makes a little bit of sense when you think about it. So, look, I know a lot of people, myself included, were like, hey, don't be a fucking coward. Come out there and attack him. But when it's like, oh, so Donald Trump, you wanted to not have Trump detract from the message by attacking you personally. Okay. I can kind of see that. And now the fact that he has come out now right before the election, a week before the election, is, okay, slightly redeeming. And maybe you can, disagree with that. But now here's what he said. Taylor wrote, much has been made of the fact that these writings were published anonymously. The decision wasn't easy. I wrestled with it. I understand why some people consider it questionable to levy such serious charges against the sitting president under the cover of anonymity. But my reasoning was straightforward, and I stand by it. Issuing my critiques without attribution forced the president to answer them directly in their merits, which he didn't, or, as he mentioned, not at all, which, again, that's exactly what happened. Rather than creating distractions through petty insults and name-calling, I wanted the attention to be on the arguments themselves. Taylor, by the way, joined CNN as a contributor back in September. So he's been a CNN contributor, and then he goes out and he says, I was the guy who wrote the op-ed. How many more October surprises are we going to have, Kathy? Like, seriously, how many more October surprises? There's a lot of them. I mean, and none of them are apparently involved with Hunter Biden. I'm just saying. Now, Taylor's statement answers one of the biggest questions. Again, this is from CNN here. Mysteries of the Trump presidency. Trump responded furiously to the op-ed when it was written back in 2018 and urged then Attorney General Jeff Sessions to investigate the matter. There's an internal hunt at the White House to uncover the identity of the author. And, of course, it didn't work. Well done on that, staying hidden in that mess. And it spawned a month of parlor games in Washington, guessing at who was behind the op-ed. Again, because I was definitely wrong about my prediction. And I'm certain that there's a lot of people who are also going to be like, I guessed wrong. But anyway, a year later, Taylor released an anonymously authored book titled A Warning, which included new details critical of the president from inside the administration. He wrote that members of Trump's team considered sabotaging him to prompt Trump to resign. That's pretty juicy. And that many administration officials kept their own letters of resignation in their desks or on their laptops. I don't remember this, but then again, the Trump administration has been, it's felt like a decade. Holy crap. Nonetheless, so he left the Trump administration in 2019, endorsed Biden, of course, and co-founded a Republican group that is opposed to Donald Trump. So he's kind of alongside the Lincoln Project. So he's not a friend to the left. Understand that, too. So this guy's not going to be a friend to progressives. Yes, he's going to vote for Biden, but Biden's not progressive at all. And so Biden, he's gonna go towards the Lincoln Project Republicans, who are now basically going to take over. I wouldn't say take over the party, but they're definitely going to be an integral part of the coming Biden administration, I'm assuming. And I could definitely see them teaming up to attack the left, as I mentioned before in yesterday's segment when they went after Lindsey Graham. And so there's that. So this is interesting. This is very interesting, though. It wasn't, again, as high profile of a person that we believed it was, but it was somebody who was definitely privy to some of these events. And now we know who it is. And I am pretty sure Donald Trump is going to, A, call him a coffee boy and say, who is that? And B, attack him mercilessly. 1 week left, folks. About a week left into the election. And so he is, I think Donald Trump, maybe the timing is pretty interesting on this as well, because Donald Trump's probably going to spend the next week going after him viciously. So that should be fun. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.